have worked as an efficient team member, and I believe I can deliver so much. Thank you.
Thank you very much. A beautiful round of applause for her. So I'll hand over the mic to the under candidate for Assistant Secretary General, Abi. Yes, Pharmacist Okonkwo Osora Chukwu. 2 minutes.
Okay. PSN. My name is Pharmacist Okonkwo Osora Chukwu. I'm actually the state coordinator for IMO YPG. I'm running for the office of the Assistant General Secretary for PSN. The PSN YPG. The main reason I wouldn't want to say or make promises that wouldn't be fulfilled. The main reason of the agenda for running for this office is we've been able to make an impact. There are references you can look at to. We've been able to make an impact in my state as YPG. So I just need a platform and working with everybody so we can take PSN YPG a step further. Yes, we can. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. I want to invite to the stage the candidates for the Public Relations Officer Office. I want to invite to the stage Pharmacist Chioma Cynthia Ozuloha, and also her co-contestant, Pharmacist Ibrahim Dayabu Adamu. Pharmacist Ibrahim Dayabu Adamu, is he here? If he's not here, I'll give Pharmacist Chioma Cynthia Ozuloha 2 minutes to address us. Thank you very much.
Hello, young pharmacists. My name is Ozula Chioma Cynthia, popularly known as Cindy Cruz, and I'm vying for the office of the National Public Relations Officer, PSN YPG, which is constitutionally that of the Editor-in-Chief. Well, I have worked, the inspiration I have for vying for this office is that I have worked as the current National Media and Publicity Coordinator for PSN YPG, and I have been associated with the office of the PRO for the past 9 months, which means I have experienced firsthand the challenges that comes with this office. I am better prepared to take this office to the zenith. Here are my plans. I want to ensure that we have inter-chapter cohesion, improved relationships amongst our members across all states. That's one. How do I want to do this? I want to ensure that we will have the state PROs, we have zonal networking sessions, we have open feedback forms, there are monthly newsletters to keep YPs updated of our activities. That is not all. We want to ensure that there is advocacy, both print and media. My agenda is 7-point agenda, all catering to improved relationship and inclusivity for all of us. I believe that proactivity remains the watchword. Thank you.
Thank you very much. A round of applause for Pharmacist Cynthia as he takes his seat.
Wow, thank you very much. Before we move ahead and continue the manifestation, we'll be having the manifesto, the way we'll continue it, we'll be having some program interlude before we continue the manifesto. So right about now, I want to invite on stage one of our leaders in person of... Okay. Oh, okay. In person of Pharmacist Odudu Samuel, a former present Vice Chairman, ACPW Akwa Ibom, and the present Assistant National Secretary of PSN. He will come and give us his address. Please put your hands together for him. Put your hands together for him. A round of applause.
I'll call you. After
5 minutes, please.
Please, let me take 5 minutes.
5 minutes. Yeah.
PSN, build the youth. Build the youth. Please, please, please. I would need you all to listen to me. And listen very attentively. Build the youth. Please, I want to hear it very loud. Build the youth. My name is Pharmacist Odudu Samuel Akpaite, and I am a product of PSN YPG. Actually, I'm here to give a valedictory speech. I remember in 2018, during the National Executive Council meeting of PSN YPG in Akwa Ibom State, PSN YPG held my hands, gave me the blessing to become the Assistant National Secretary of PSN. If you did not hold my hand, I would not stand where I am standing today. It was through the instrumentation of PSN YPG that I had the opportunity of sitting on the National Executive Council of PSN. It has never been done. Why am I giving this speech? Please, I need you all to listen to me. We had developed a 5, 10, 15, 20-year plan for PSN YPG. Most of you are not aware. The first 5 years was, go back to your state, populate your PSN, contest for positions. And in the next 5 years, we discovered that we were able to produce a PSN chairman of a state. I became the Assistant Secretary of PSN in my own state, and that journey has led me here. We still have a plan. We have reached our first 5 years, but we have another plan. The truth is, in the corridors of power, if you are not sitting where the conspiracy is, you will never hear any information until it's too late. And in politics, if you don't get to sit where the decisions are being made, it is going to be very difficult to change things. My PSN chairman once told me, if you are not on the table, you can never make any decision. Please listen, my brothers. I am what I am today because you people held my hands. And for that, I am eternally grateful. And I also understood that at one point, I also understand that at one point, we are moving as an association. But please, our 10-year plan is this, that in the next 10 years, some of you sitting down here should be on the National Executive Council of PSN. Some of us sitting here should be as council members of PSN. That means you must be either a secretary or a chairman of a branch. That means we are progressing. We all understand how we all feel. So when you are in that position of authority, you will always remember that we have another set of YPs coming after you. And lastly, before I drop this mic, we have a challenge in PSN YPG, and I'm not afraid to say it. The senior colleagues is, and they are not our problems. A whole lot of young YPs, you hear them telling you, our senior colleague is the problem. The older colleagues don't want us to prosper. Please, let me explain it. Our senior colleagues also had the same challenges that we all had. They tried in their way, their own way, to solve those problems. Some they tried, some they got it right, some they didn't. With this accusation that is going on, I once spoke with the chairman board of fellows, and he told me, young pharmacists, you are saying we are your problems. In the next 10 years, none of you sitting down here will be a YP. And there is another crop of young pharmacists that are coming after you to accuse you of the things you never did. Please, my brothers, my sisters, my friends, let us tone down on the criticisms of this society. After all, PSN belongs to all of us. Thank you.
Please, a beautiful round of applause for the PSN Assistant National Secretary, Pharmacist Odudu. Please, I want us to clap for this man. He has really tried for the PSN YPG. Thank you so much. Let's just finish up the manifesto and go to the program for the day. Please, let's clap for him again as he leaves. He's a beautiful man. I want to call on the North Central Coordinator, Abdul Karim Idris, to please ascend the stage, tell us his name, and tell us what he has for us.
PSN, PSN. My name is Abdul Karim Idris. I'm currently based in FCT, and I'll be contesting for North Central Coordinator by the grace of God. With the support of my brothers in the North Central, I know we will go beyond expectation. By the grace of God, come June 2022, from North Central we'll have the highest number of participants in the coming YPG conference, by the grace of God. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. A round of applause for him. I want to also invite the candidate for the Financial Secretary of the PSN YPG. His name is Pharmacist Tommy Daniel Silvanos. Let's clap for him as he ascends the stage, introduces himself, and tell us what he has for us.
PSN, PSN. My name is Daniel Silvanos Tommy. Bless you, bless you. I'm an aspirant for the position of the Financial Secretary of PSN YPG. My vision is simple: make life easier for YPs. And in all you do, there's no time. Always remember to smile, because it is therapeutic. Thank you very much.
Thank you. A round of applause for Pharmacist Tommy. I want to invite the two candidates for the office of the Treasurer of the PSN YPG to ascend the stage. Firstly, I want to invite Pharmacist Asa Richard Yabari. Is he here? And I also want to invite Pharmacist Obina Akubweze. Each of them will have 2 minutes to tell us what they have for us, and then we'll go from there. Asa Richard, you go first.
PSN, YPG. My name is Pharmacist Asa Yabari Richard, a reverse YP, an active reverse YP by virtue of capacity, exposure, and experience. I want to solicit your support as I'll be contesting for the position of the National Treasurer. Statutorily, the Treasurer is just to receive the money, bank it, and disburse as directed by the executive. But beyond that, we are here to, our mandate will be to initiate ideas that can generate commercial values. And it's been coined in 3 alphabets: API. There will be accountability, participation, and inclusion. So with Asa Richard 2021, we will consolidate modalities. There will be inclusion, all stakeholders, inclusion of state coordinators, financial secretaries, and financial arms of all the YPs. Thank you, and God bless.
Thank you very much. A round of applause for him. Pharmacist Akubweze.
PSN! PSN! All protocols here present duly observed. My name is Akubeze Obina, also known as Obino Pharmaceuticals, also known as Obilonia, also known as Man of Steel. And I'm vying for the position of National Treasurer. Firstly, what are the functions of the National Treasurer? Firstly, the function of the National Treasurer includes to take money, all monies from the Financial Secretary, and bank it within 72 hours of collecting that money, and issue receipts, official receipts for that money he has collected. Then he is to take directive from the chairman and disburse money accordingly. So what do I have to offer as the treasurer? Firstly, is to go for aggressive fundraising. Secondly, is to create other source of income for YPG. And thirdly, and to develop the financial intelligence of young pharmacists and to improve their treasury. Thank you. And I've had so many experiences. I call myself a freelance pharmacist. I've served in the South-South, I've served in the Southeast, and I'm currently serving in the North. As a copper, I call myself a freelance pharmacist. And with this experience of mine, I believe I will deliver as the treasurer of this office. Thank you.
Please, a round of applause for him as he exits. I want to invite to the stage the candidates for the office of the Secretary General and Projects Coordinator. I want to first of all invite pharmacist Hassan Moma. Is he here? And also pharmacist Okiche Prince Will Ugochukwu. Each of them will have 2 minutes to tell us what they have for us. Thank you very much. Famuma.
Hello everyone. I am Hassan Murma, also known as Aseptic, and I am vying for the position of the National Secretary / Project Coordinator. I am currently the Northeast Zonal Coordinator of PSN YPG. I have been the team lead for the team project lead for the current Gombe Marathon that just held. It's been happening for the past 4 years, and I've been the site coordinator for University of Washington. These are some of my few. There are other ones, but these are the most important ones. When elected as the National Secretary for PSN YPG, there are 4 things I want to do, but I'll just say you 2 because of time. The 2 most important ones. The first one, by virtue of serving, I was able to understand that we have more pharmacists in the hospital and also in community. We don't have a lot of young pharmacists in research and in tech. And I'm actually a techie. It's a part I've taken, and I have friends in that part, and I want to invite them to mentor and tutor young pharmacists in that part. And I have also friends that are into research. I want to invite them also to come and mentor young pharmacists in research and how to get grants and study abroad. That's the first one. Then the second one, the second issue. The second thing is, I noticed that most young pharmacists, final year students, they don't have good mentorship. And I've already started that in my state university. I plan this to be a national thing. A good mentorship. Let's lead you. Let's show you the path. We'll show you the right direction and connect you with mentors that would direct you on the, if it's hospital you want, we'll link you up. If it's tech you want, we'll link you up. If it's research you want, we'll link you up early enough so that you won't. Thank you.
Thank you very much. A round of applause for him. Next is pharmacist Okiche Prince Will.
PSN! PSN! My name is Pharmacist Okiche Prince Will Ugochukwu, and I aspirant for the post of the Secretary General / Project Coordinator of PSN YPG National. PSN! Coming to the position of the PSN Secretary General, the things I'm going to do for PSN YPG is effective discharge of secretarial duties, improvement of welfare of YPs, capacity building, and increasing participation in PSN YPG activities. Increasing participation, we know if this event was organized and the YPs did not come out in mass, it will not hold water. So in the state, when I was the state coordinator, we tripled the participation in PSN YPG rivers from a level of 60 to over 200. The number in the ABM list can show that. From the financial secretary of PSN National, you can ask. Those dues were paid before the election time. We have increased participation and working in the PSN National, PSN YPG National. I work with the zonal coordinators, state coordinators, open a secretariat for all the secretaries in all the states. Then for welfare, my time as the chief intern, YPs in my hospital, they were
so much time. That is why it's like we are rushing. So please, let's just do and conclude. Let's call on the candidates for the office of the vice chairman of the PSN YPG. The first candidate is Pharmacist Ejidike Vitalis Ogechukwu. And the second is Pharmacist Usoro Mpasi Ibanga. Each will have 2 minutes to tell us what they have for us. And then we'll decide. Pharmacist Vitalis.
PSN! 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 Dearest colleagues, my dearest family, amidst all this political tension, I want you to understand something. I am because you are. Without you in this gathering, I will not be here to address you. There will be nobody to address, and I wouldn't really appreciate you for your consistency. Traveling all the way, leaving your tight schedule, just come and listen to what I'm going to say. You are the real MVPs. To our current leadership of PSN, YPG, and the former leadership, I really want to appreciate you guys. For the electoral committee, I really want to appreciate you guys. You guys really set the bars. I am Pharmacist Ejidike Vitalis Ogechukwu, your choice candidate for PSN YPG National Vice Chairman. And I have come to solicit for your support as we move this association to the next level. First, we have a lot of things to do, but let's start with the welfare of the YPs. Your welfare is our primary concern. What concerns you concerns us. It's only when you are happy you can participate well. And that is why it's actually the major thing we want to do. We've complained about the marginalization in our practices, both industries, communities, and what have you. And what have you done about that? What I will do? Let's develop an engagement platform where you will tell us what is happening to you, how it's happening, and where it's happening. Then we can document this thing, because remember, if it is not documented, it is not done. With that, we can negotiate better for your own welfare. Let's look at also the second thing in command is mentorship program for our associate members of the PSN YPG. These guys are the ones that will take over from us. I mean the final year students across board. We will need to organize them and catch them young, because they will represent us later. We and I have the challenges of identifying where to practice when we go after internship, the pressure, the tension. We can call up a panel and get seasoned pharmacists to address these people. We'll talk about membership ID card and what have you. We have a lot of things to do. Just with your support, we can do. At the end, it will be a win-win situation. I win, you win, God wins. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. Please, let's try and keep to time. Thank you very much. I want to also call on Pharmacist Mpasi Ibanga Usoro.
Dear colleagues, first I want to establish that I am not a politician. I am just a colleague and friend of you that is striving to make the group a formidable one for all of us. We have plans. But before I continue, my name is Usoro Mpasap Iba. For you, it's the ambition is born out of the sheer need to cause a massive improvement for young pharmacists group of Nigeria and for YPs at large. We have sat down and analyzed and checked the needs of young pharmacists in this country. I have come up with certain level of innovations and things that will enhance our progress in this group. We have, so far so good, we've been negotiating with some NGOs and firms to see how we can partner with them. First, we will provide legal services I've mentioned this before all across the 36 states of this country, and to all the young pharmacists, legal services in the sense that you will always be, the Young Pharmacists Group of Nigeria will always be there for you at any point in time. I mean, I have been harassed at my workplace, and I know how that feels. Young pharmacists need that solid ground to land on. They need a group to cry upon at every point. So on that note, we will be initiating that deal. You may ask, how am I going to do that? Well, with the help of the national chairman and through our lobbying skills, we will achieve that. We will also be partnering with Chamber of Commerce to provide business support for Young Pharmacists Group, for young pharmacists at large. Before the mic is being taken from me, you should know that I have your interests at heart. Coming to contest is not to make fair promises, but to deliver on them exceedingly. With your support, we can make Young Pharmacists Group a formidable team, and we can advocate further for your interests at all levels. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. A round of applause. Please, before we go to the chairmanship candidates and I hand over the mic, I want to take out this time to recognize the ELECO committee members who have worked hard, really, really hard, to make sure that this election goes to order today. So if I call your name, please stand up and wave to YPs while we clap for them. I want to recognize pharmacist Firin Oyelude. Are you there? Please stand up and wave for young pharmacists. Stand up, so they will see you. Pharmacist Vitalis Amobi. Stand up and wait for young pharmacists. Pharmacist Ali Febe. Thank you very much. And pharmacist Ilya Linda. Thank you so much. We've worked really hard to make sure this election goes to order. So I'll be calling the chairmanship candidates. They will all come out. The first one will take the stage while the two sit down on this high table. I'll be a high seat. So the first candidate for the office of the chairmanship is pharmacist Ethel Basi Mba. Please, let's clap for her as she makes her way to the stage. Thank you. The second candidate is pharmacist Sylvester Adeyemi. And the last candidate for, the last but not the least, for the office of the national chairman is pharmacist To Hilary. They will all have 4 minutes each to talk to us about the plans they have for us as the next national chairman of the PSN YPG. So I want us to listen attentively. Pharmatel, you go first. 4 minutes.
Just 1 minute, maybe, guy. Please.
So please, before the national chairmanship candidates talk and we finish, I want to call on pharmacist Abdul Yahuza, who is a candidate for the Northwest Zonal Coordinatorship. He wasn't here when he was called, but he's ready now. He has 1 minute, I'll be half a minute, to talk to us about the plans he has for us. Thank you very much. Abdul, I don't want to tell them what you were doing before.
PSN! PSN! Let's take it home a little. Malio. PSN! It is my great hope to bring to you my proud symphonies, which are based on unity and progress, not mere personal intricacies. My love for this great society, as typified by my history of services, dates back when I was in the College of Pharmacy at the Benedict University of Okada. I served as a Congress member right from my 100th level I was so active in all parents' activities. I attended lots of conferences, lots of conventions. If given this opportunity to steer the activities of Northwest PSN YPG members, we are going to bring unity, progress, and developmental projects. One of the key things that we are going to put into progress is the public health participation, providing opportunities, increasing recognition. You all know the Northwest region of the country is battling with insecurity, is battling with lots of challenges. If given the opportunity, we are going to try as much as we can to deliver. We cannot do without you. We cannot do without you. We are here for you, and we are going to deliver for you.
Please, I want to introduce to the stage the candidates for the national chairman of the I want to say YPG, of the PSN YPG. Sister Teo Basimba, you have 4 minutes.
Okay. Good afternoon, my fellow PSN YPG members. 2 things have happened today. First, Pharmacist Odudu's presentation, I took something out of it. And then now, he almost called me an FIP YPG member, which I am. So, I'm going to be telling us things about us going global. First things first. My first ever encounter with PSN YPG was at the PSN National Conference in Akwa Ibom State in 2014. Then I was a final year student. And there was a burning desire in me to serve PSN YPG. And I've always served PSN YPG in several capacities. My name is Ete Omba. I know some of us have heard that name, but you've never seen me. I used to be the pioneer coordinator of PSN YPG Cross River State. I was also the zonal coordinator for the South-South. So, a lot of us have heard so many promises, but I'm going to walk you through my administration when I'm elected. So I have an 8-point agenda. First, inclusion, representation, and first things first, I have to tell us that being the PSN YPG National Chairman, that confers on me the spokesperson of the association. And one thing I want to assure us is that our voices will be heard. Every PSN YPG member's voice would be heard. I also want to ensure us of continuity. We know how Nigerian government is. I'll use a certain state as an example. Somebody was building health centers and primary school. Another person came, shut it down, and started flyover. That's not how I operate. We have to build on the existing systems to ensure that we strengthen systems that will outlive us. Some 10 years down the line, we should be able to look back and be proud of the steps we made in PSN YPG. I want us to be ably represented. Like Pharmacist Odudu said, if you're not on the table when the decision is made, your interest is not there. I want PSN YPG where every committee of PSN that counts, there's a PSN YPG member in that committee. As a statutory member, we are not begging for these things. We need to be there. We're also talking about globalization. Some of you know, I've been in IPSF, in Nigeria, in the UK. I have experience, I have exposure. This is what I want to bring back home to us. And we have some students here and some young pharmacists who have benefited from trainings I have done. Is there anybody here in the house that has benefited from trainings that I've done in the past? Anybody? There are people. In the south, in the southwest, these things have happened. Even in the southeast, we've made our impacts. Let's take it to the north. I'm a very mobile pharmacist. I want us to be able to do boot camps, create value, build partnerships, sustainable partnerships that would encompass PSN YPG. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. A round of applause for her. I want to call on the next candidate, pharmacist Sylvester Adeyemi.
PSN, Nka bụ nke gị. An Igbo phrase which means this is yours. Running for the position of national chairperson came out of a personal conviction that PSN YPG is a community for young pharmacists. And as a result of this conviction, I decided to run for this mandate with the one YPG extending the frontiers of our impact. In 2019, we all decided that the future is now. In 2020, we decided to focus on the future of pharmacy. At this moment, I believe that it is time for our interest group to now look at ways that we can extend the frontiers of our impact. Running for this position, I itemized 3 core areas that I believe that we can focus on as an interest group. And to consolidate my opinion, I reached out to colleagues through the Engaged and Collaborate open section because I wanted to hear your views. Inclusion, collaboration, and participation is a core agenda of this one YPG mandate. I tried to reach to everyone across each geopolitical zone to throw more light on what these 3 core areas of action entails. And from our findings, we realized that from the first core area of action, which is liaising with early career pharmacists to integrate them with the activities of PSN. PSN YPG have come a long way. And I believe that PSN YPG should become a brand to be reckoned with in the PSN. How do we achieve this? The first way I believe that we can achieve this is by first focusing on the career prospect of young pharmacists. I know that through the course of this manifesto, there will be questions on how we can do this. But however, from our open section, we realize that having different internship opportunities for young pharmacists, multilateral internship, having different professional development opportunities for young pharmacists, and looking at what young pharmacists truly need in becoming a pharmaceutical professional. We also realize that another way for us to liaise with early career pharmacists and integrate them with the activities of PSN is by having liaisons in the PSN. The second core area of action, which is about partnership. We talked about strategic partnership. And during the course of this campaign, I've made relations with organizations that PSN YPG can partner with. For example, the New Nicotine Alliance to further develop the YADA project of PSN YPG. Collaboration with Advantage Health Africa to have a health tech collaboration that would benefit young pharmacists. Interprofessional collaborations with other colleagues in the profession. And the third core area of action, which is policy development, advocacy, and organizational management. I believe that as a group, it is time for us to have a strategic plan for us to determine the progress of our interest group. I also believe that the issue of remuneration can be tackled with the introduction of policy material. I hope to work on this. Thank you.
Thank you very much. A big round of applause for him while we welcome Pharmacist Hillary to the stage.
PSN, PSN. I am Hillary, a young pharmacist from Benue State. I am delighted to be with you this afternoon to present to you the transformation project. It is my vision to see a YPG that will be a home and support system for all YPs. My vision is to see a YPG that will be one, that will be better, that will be stronger for one YP and for all YPs. And that is why I present myself to you as a chairman aspirant. The transformation agenda is carefully split to address 3 areas or 3 strategic people in pharmacy. We have the freshers, the regulars, and the elders. In the transformation agenda, we will be focused on securing internship placements and internship placements for our freshers. With the transformation agenda, we will be focusing on remuneration. With the transformation agenda, we will also be focusing on recognizing our elders, honoring them, and promoting their interests as they move forward. And how do we intend to achieve this? From day one, as I am voted in from this place, I have the intention to form the following committees to address these issues. Beginning from here, an economic transformation committee will be set up. They will have as main task to mobilize resources. They will have as main task to mobilize the YPG and get our YPG YouTube page functioning. We will get amongst us here, we have so many social media influencers, we have marketers and influencers. We are going to use them to build up our YPG place and bring it to a place where it can be generating for us as YPs. Secondly, we are going to set up a special intervention committee for YPs. I thank the current administration for what they did to our YPs in seeing that the issue in Calabar was resolved. It's been resolved. Under my administration, you will have a special intervention committee that will have hotlines, will have emails, will have prompt addresses that you can reach out to us with your problems, with your challenges, and we will work with relevant stakeholders, with the PSN, with the ACPN, with relevant government agencies to see that these problems are addressed. We are also going to be having a professional development committee. This one for me is the heart, the main reason why I am contesting for this office. What would the professional development committee be doing? We will work to bring out a standard minimum wage guide for YPs. We will work out to bring a standard minimum wage guide for YPs, backed up by the PSN, that will enable us and give us the strength to negotiate deals. Ladies and gentlemen, great colleagues, I want to leave you with the words of a former president of the USA, John F. Kennedy, and he said, "It is time we ask ourselves, what have we done for our country, and not what our country has done for us. I am the positive transformation that you can bring for YPG. Vote for Hillary, vote for transformation, vote for progress." Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Please, because of want of time, we'll allow just one question. Just one. And that question, the 3 of them will answer it uniformly. It won't be directed to anybody. If you have any topical question, just one. We'll take it, and then the 3 will answer. If you guys don't have questions for them, I'll tell them to go back to their seats. I'm seeing 2 hands. I'll take the 2. Come to the front, my brother. Tintin, come, fam. All right. We'll take the 2 questions together, and we'll take the answers together, and we'll end this session. Thank you very much.
All protocols duly observed. My name is Pharmacist Ojo Edokwayi Clinton. It's a pleasure to be here. My dear leaders, my dear presidents to be, my question to you is, what's new? Tell us something new that you are going to do for YPs. Something different, something we've not seen before. What are we going to, yeah? All right, thank you. What do we really expect in your administration? Thank you very much.
PSN, YPG, standing on the already existing protocol. My name is Pharmacist Shedrack Akibra Koro. Former YPG State Coordinator of Bayelsa State. I want to ask our prospective YPG chairman to be. We have been talking about the issue of problem of community pharmacists. And each year, our manifesto says, we will do this, we will do this, we will do this. But at the end of the day, all still remain the same. So I want to ask, what are your plans for young pharmacists in Nigeria uniformly to have a good working relationship with their directors in community pharmacy practice? Also, my second question is that this syndrome of our national leaders, when they get into the position, they will abandon the young pharmacists that have voted them into power. I want to know, how can you treat that syndrome? Thank you.
Good afternoon, everyone, and to our able contestants. I just have one question for you all, and I believe it affects all of us as the young pharmacists growing further into the profession. As we speak, we all know one fundamental issue that fresh graduates, having finished their internship and having sat for PEP, are now facing in this country. The issue of licensing. You sit down for PEP, apply for license, and it will take years, months and years before your license is being issued by the PCN. This is a problem that is unbecoming and highly uncalled for as a professional association. So what each and every one of you is doing in order to alleviate this issue? Thank you very much.
All right, from to Hillary, you go first.
PSN, once again, I thank you for the opportunity. Yeah, to address the issue of something new for YP. It's just that we didn't have enough time for our manifesto. I would have been more elaborate. I said, under my administration, we are going to have a new economic policy. It is my desire, it is my vision that by the end of my tenure, YPG will become self-funding, or at least self-funding to at least 60 to 70%. I believe we are young. We are all young pharmacists. Many of us use our social medias. Many of us are making money from our social media space. I want to invest. I'm going to be investing a lot of time, a lot of resources, and a lot of effort in seeing to it that the YouTube channel of YPG becomes a fun-filled, educative, and informative page where we can generate funds. Just imagine we have more than 5,000 YPs in the house. If all of us, if we can make our page active and 5,000 of us gets to like that page, we will be making money for YPG. Secondly, on the issue of the plans you have for young pharmacists relating with their directors, if you look at my manifesto, I talked of, from this place, there will be a formation of professional development committee. Professional Development Committee, we will come up with a structural standard wage guide for YPs. Of course, there will be broad consultations across board to see to it that both the directors and the pharmacists are all carried along in this plan. And finally, I want to assure this House, I have presented myself as a local candidate in the sense that I have been deliberate in keeping out FIP issues. Not as if I'm not interested in FIP, but I have told myself that a man whose house is on fire doesn't go about chasing that. We have issues, we have struggles, we have challenges as YPs. We must settle down and handle these issues. And I want to assure this House that I will be a YP chairman for one YP, and I will be a YP chairman for all YPs. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Farm Sylvester. Please, all candidates, are we listening? All candidates should appoint a representative, appoint an agent, and let the person report to the chairman of the electoral committee right now. Every candidate appoint an agent and let the person report to the chairman of the electoral committee right now. Thank you.
Can I call Akibra for the third question? Okay, so I've received 3 questions. The first is, what is new when I'm elected? As I mentioned earlier, I have 3 core areas of action. But I believe that as an interest group, that it is time for us to look at the needs of young pharmacists, and it's also the time for us to prioritize the growth of PSN YPG. And to achieve that, I'm prioritizing the strategic plan for PSN YPG. We want to engage everybody, every state, every zone. I want us to agree on the next 5 years, what should we be focusing on. So during the course of my campaign, I reached out to previous chairman to know the reason why PSN YPG was created. And to know the reason why PSN YPG was created. And I realized that a way for us not to lose focus, not to lose our direction, is for us to have a strategic plan moving forward in the next 5 years. And then the second thing that is new is the issue of remuneration. During the course of the Engage to Collaborate, I realized that in the Northeast, young pharmacists receive as low as 10,000 naira as locum salary. This year, I started the year on a payroll of 15,000 naira. So there are remuneration issues and challenges that young pharmacists are facing. And when I was asking, well, what areas does young pharmacists need advocacy on? We have internship, we have remuneration. But I would like to focus on remuneration and look at this as a policy issue. I want to gather data on the average income, and if our young pharmacists receive disaggregated by the different fields, and also their monthly expenses, to be able to know how best we can advocate for increase in wages. In Abuja, there was a consolidated approach that was used, where young pharmacists in Abuja agreed to receive a minimum of 500 naira. In Edo State, the case has improved at the community level. However, there are states that young pharmacists are still having these challenges of having low remuneration in locum. So how do we advocate for this without evidence? So when elected, I want us to have that evidence so that we can advocate, knock on every door moving forward. Then the second question about community pharmacy and how a young pharmacist can develop a good working relation with their employers. Okay, thank you. So about working relationship. I would take this question in 2-step approach. The first is how well you as a person relate with someone you are working with. Through trainings, letting young pharmacists realize the reason why it's important to maintain a good relationship. And in cases where these issues are not resolved, in cases where these issues are not resolved, when it's been reported to PSN YPG, would intervene in such matters and address this moving forward. Then the third question about abandoning YPs when they get into power. PSN ESCOs abandoning young pharmacists when they get into power. As I mentioned earlier on, that I want to liaise with early career pharmacists to integrate them into the activities of PSN. Why? Because we are an interest group of PSN. And whatever we do, it must align to the core values of PSN. And what I believe we can do differently is that we need to have liaison persons inside of the PSN, not young pharmacists who have a position or the other, but young pharmacists who are sent to the PSN to represent young pharmacists when there are issues.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Please, let's clap for him as he exits the stage. Thank you so much.
Hello, YPs. I love the opportunity to answer this question because it's something I've been looking forward to saying. One of the new things we need to look out for is training the teams. You don't just send people into the battlefield without giving them an armor. I mean, if we have leaders, we are supposed to train them on leadership skills, value creation. We're talking about community pharmacy remuneration. How many persons know here that PSN YPG Rivers has a minimum wage per hour? Same as Abuja, Edo State. Why not we scale it up? And how do we, like it is said, where value is, money goes. If we can improve our customer service skills, personal development, professional development, I mean, when we are bargaining from a place of strength. We're not just talking about give me more money. We are talking about this is what I have. This is what I'm bringing to the table. I need money that is commensurate to that value which I'm bringing to the table. Again, for the licensing with PCN, one of the things I want to hammer on is advocacy and partnerships. We will be partnering with PCN, where we'll be having periodic visits to update them on things that are happening, as well as ask them things that are happening in the in PCN rather. Another thing we are going to be doing is grants for YPs to go for the FIP Congress. Yes, in Spain, it's going to happen. That's something new. Then our website too. I want us to improve the traffic on our websites where we can generate funds by advert placement, where we will have monthly publications on the website to keep us all in the loop so we know what is going on in our association. Registration for programs are going to happen via our website, and the more clicks we get, the more value we get from our website. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Before I hand over the microphone, I want to recognize some with us. I want to first of all recognize Pharmacist Ekomobong Hansen. Please stand up and let's clap for him. He was an icon of pharmacy. When he was president, we achieved so many things, including the NAFDAC Yada. Thank you, sir. I want to also recognize an important past chairman of PSN YPG, Pharmacist Olagunju Muyiwa. Please, with a round of applause, let's welcome him to this gathering. I want to also welcome some of our past National Secretary, Pharmacist Ikwaibom Umoyo. Please, let's put up our hands for him. And I also want to recognize Pharmacist Issa Mohammed. Issa Mohammed, where are you? Anywhere you are, stand up. YPG Spartans. I want to recognize Pharmacist Idongesit Stone. Please stand up and hail everybody. I want to recognize pharmacists. There are so many people to recognize, that's the truth. So I want to hand over the mic to the MC for today, who will still recognize more people. Pharmacist A.A. Sparko, please, a round of applause for him.
Aluta no day again, no. No more Aluta because people that knows. Okay, we are with the, do I call it the uniform people now? Okay, due to time, we'll start this, the ABM will start proper, okay? But please, there is an announcement. The election will continue. We'll be having 10 people there. What I mean is, if 10 people vote, then they will go back and have their seat. Another 10 people will go vote, while the ABM will continue, okay? So the chairman, PSN YPG National, other past chairman of PSN YPG nationally are present. I have the singular honor and privilege to formally commence this ABM proper. May we all rise for the opening prayer, which will be the second stanza of the national anthem. All right, let's rise. Let's have it. Let's have it, please. Thank you very much. Please, may we have our seat? All right. So next on the agenda, may I invite on stage for the opening remark somebody that we know very well, somebody whose name symbolizes elegance, symbolizes finesse, and symbolizes distinction. Someone who represents noble, represents the responsible. Of course, when she was given the responsibility to handle YPG, she organized a very wonderful YPG annual conference at Abuja, which we are very proud of. Please put your hands together and join me. Let's appreciate, as I invite on stage, Pharmacist Yimika Oguns to give us our opening remarks. You're welcome. Please put your hands together. It's not easy. First time we're having a female as the national YPG chairman. And it seems like, I don't know, I don't want to say, maybe this trend will continue.
Thank you very much. Our esteemed invited guests, all past chairmen present, my IPC, young pharmacists, good afternoon, and thank you for bearing with us thus far, even though it was due to circumstances beyond our control. I am both humbled and immensely proud that we have come this far. It's been 12 months, a year. It looks like it just started yesterday, and I'm like, how time flies. But I'm incredibly grateful for the opportunity to lead this great organization. In the past 1 year, we have a membership strength of over 2,000. So it was not just a small responsibility, but I was able to stand on the shoulders of people who have gone before me. And thus, all the successes that you see that we have been able to record this year is not just mine. We have the likes of
Fam Muyiwa Olagunju, Fam Onimisi Benjamin, Fam Imoiboho Williams, Fam Hansen Ekomobong, Fam Kende Phillips. I think the number of times I disturbed him probably rivals Fam Muyiwa Olagunju's phone calls. And it's been amazing. And also my IPC. Most of you know him as a troublemaker, but his trouble can be very constructive sometimes. So thank you very much. The ABM, like we have communicated before now, would be having a panel session. And we have brought together seasoned pharmacists. We have with us pharmacist Kunle Oyelano, who is the MD of GSK. We have him here with us. Please, a round of applause. I literally, well, you might not know this, but he literally had to reschedule his flight to be here with us today. I think if anybody rates young pharmacists, I don't know what other thing could be way greater than that. And also we have Dr. Danraka, Dr. Abubakar Danraka here with us. He's a man who holds many hats, okay? He's the chairman of Happening Abuja, and he's also a special advisor to the DG and CEO of NIPRID. And also we have Dr. Motosho, who lectures with Uniport. He's also a mentor to many. They're going to form a part of our panel session today. So it's a chance for you to ask some questions. We also have a moderator, Temitokwe Benajepe. She'll be moderating the session for us. So we are going to be having a mentorship session with them to ask some questions. How have they been able to get this far? And what can we learn from them? So I hope you take full advantage of this opportunity, and please, let's have a wonderful ABM. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Please, a round of applause for her once more. Sorry, the election is going on, so as we vote, the ABM is still on, all right? At this point, we'll be having a medical presentation for just 5 to 10 minutes before we move to the panel section, okay? So let me see who is ready among them so that we invite them on stage to come and have their... All right, we'll be having a book presentation by Pharmacist Ozioma. Pharmacist Ozioma, can we have you on stage? Please put your hands together for her as she gives us her book presentation. A round of applause for her, please. Please, YPs, round of applause now. We tired. Thank you very much.
PSN. Good afternoon, everyone. And standing on the existing protocol, my name is Pharm Ozioma Ezofo, and I'm here on behalf of a prestigious young pharmacist, Pharm Christy Oni, who could not be here physically, but I mean, I'm here, so she's here. Hello, okay. So there's a flyer being shared. The title of this book is The Global Health Professional. The Global Health Professional. This is a book written by pharmacist Christy Oni, like I've mentioned. She's a member of the National Professional Development Committee. And this book is going to be released on the 27th of November, 2021. So I'm just here to tell you a little bit about this book and why it's in our interest as young pharmacists to pre-order this book as we wait for its release. So first of all, who is Pharmacist Christy? Pharm Christy Oni she's a passionate young pharmacist. She's passionate about promoting better health for women and children. She's currently the project manager for a health group where they advocate for good health and advocate for well-being by organizing outreaches and all of that, advocacy programs. She's a graduate of Founders Institute, and she's a 2021 Social Innovator Program Fellow at Leap Africa. Now, this book, if anybody seated here is like me, you are probably dreaming about working with international organizations like the WHO, UNICEF, UNAID, and even the World Bank. The content of this book is just basic steps and things that you need to know in starting your career as a global health professional. Fam Christie took her time to interview a couple of health professionals, including doctors and nurses that are already working with these organizations, to get their ideas, to know what challenges that they have faced and what opportunities that are available in these organizations
for me to be here. A bit about myself. I trained in Ife. I should say Great Ife, right? Right. So I graduated a few years ago from Obafemi Awolowo University in Ife. I've had the opportunity of working in different sectors of pharmacy practice. I've done a bit of, I worked in the hospital, I've worked in the community pharmacy, before also going to industrial pharmacy. So I've been, the only place where I've not been is where a lecturer is, which I ran away from actually. So that's about the only place I've not been. I've also had the privilege of having worked and lived in different parts of Nigeria, all parts of Nigeria actually. I've lived and worked in Abuja, I've lived and worked in Port Harcourt City, I've lived and worked in Aba, Enugu, Ibadan, Lagos, and so I've been around the country, and I believe that we are all in the best profession possible, and as much as possible, we'll continue to support this group, and please count on us at all times.
Hello. Good afternoon. YPs, good afternoon. My name, as stated, remains Abubakar Daraka. I am a pharmacist by training, a health sociologist, and a pharmaceutical analyst. I have practiced, I'm a graduate of Ahmadu Bello University Zaria, the largest university south of the Sahara. There are only 2 universities in Nigeria, ABU and others. I practice in National Hospital, and from National Hospital I progressed into administration. I am now an administrator with the National Institute for Pharmaceutical Research and Development. In all humility, the practice has been very challenging, because moving from hospital to administration and pharmaceutical analysis has not been easy, but it's an ongoing thing, and I'm
for current acting head of Department of Pharmaceutical Chemistry. My journey has been a long one. I left university 26 years ago. I've worked in industry. I work with Mopsin as a production pharmacist. I've worked as a ACPN. In fact, I was ACPN secretary in Ondo State for about 7 or 8 years before I find my way back to academics. And, most of you will agree with me that pharmachem is one of the easiest courses in pharmacy. I did my first degree in University of Benin, my second degree in University of Ibadan, and my PhD in University of Uyo. You can see that I've moved around. Currently, I'm in Gombe.
So it's easy to see that from all of the background that you have given us right now, every single one of you have traversed different areas, different geopolitical. Sorry, can you hear me now? Okay, I'm sorry for that. So what I was saying, it's easy to see now, based on all the answers that you have given, that over the course of your career, you have traversed different areas of the profession, you have moved around different geopolitical zones, and I imagine that in that time you have met countless people in your practice. So for YP seated here today, I would like to know what are the key take-homes that you have learned while interacting with people, and how can they maximize? Because you know there is a popular adage, a popular African adage that says, if you want to go fast, go alone. If you want to go far, go with people. So how can you see you networking or you interacting with other people culminating in where you are today? Can you please share that with YPs? I will start with you, sir, because, you know.
All right. Let me start this way. I, as a person, and most of the students Because on your way up, you are going to meet people. Whether academically, socially, any way you want to put it, I try to make them come close to me.
Been my guiding principle is focusedness. You need to be focused. Right from the onset, you have to identify and prioritize what is it that you want to do. In pharmacy progression in the career, you have a multiple career paths. Is it academics you want? Is it hospital? Is it community? Is it public health? Is it social administration? What is it? You need to identify. I think the first 2 years of graduation should be for you to identify what is that career path you want to take, because it is when you focus on your focus that you will become the focus. That is, it is when you choose what you want to do, you continue following it, then you will be identified with that. So the take home is just have a focus. That is, I started in hospital pharmacy, but I knew my interest was in administration and pharmaceutical analysis. You might wonder, how will that play out in a hospital? But I use the hospital environment to develop myself, because this is where you have the guarantee of opportunity of flexibility of work. I was able to do my 4 academic certifications in the hospital within a period of 10 years. I did my master's, my PhD, my fellowship, and also the certification program of pharmaceutical analysis. So if you are focused, as I said, you will be focused and you will end up becoming the focus. So I think that's just how to put it.
Ankole, we would love to hear from you.
Thank you very much. If we could have a bit more attention in the room, please.
YPs, please, if we could have a bit more attention in the room.
Right. I will speak quickly to, I mean, your question is in our journey, in our careers, what have been the things that have helped us? What are the things that we have seen that have helped other people to make impact and to make a difference in their careers? I will speak briefly on things that have helped me, things I've seen that have worked in other people, and there will also be things that I will recommend to the professionals in this room. Probably 4 or 5 things I'll just mention very quickly. And I think the first one I'll speak broadly is discipline. And I talk about discipline generally. Discipline is, of course, if we're to define it, is doing what you need to do when you need to do it, regardless of whether you feel like doing it or not. And there are probably 4 disciplines or 5 disciplines that people should look at. I think the first one is the discipline of integrity and ethics and professionalism. That in the journey that every one of us has started, one way or the other, we need to realize that in reality, there are no shortcuts. it's good to do things properly and in the right way. What am I talking about? Integrity is a foundational principle to make impact, to get to the top, to achieve what you want to achieve. Because if you think, for instance, that you're going to take a shortcut somewhere, at some point it will come crashing down. It will catch up with you. We've seen the example just yesterday of the building that collapsed in Lagos, right? It was a 20-story building. It got very high, right? But probably because there was a problem with the foundation somewhere, there was a foundational thing wrong. At some point, no matter how high it got, it came crashing down, right? And that's what integrity does. It's a solid base to build on. That's what ethics and professionalism does for someone. It's a very solid base to build on. Let me advise that for all of us, as we progress in our journey, a time will come when for you to get to your next level, for you to achieve the peak, somebody will ask, can we trust him or her? It won't be about what you know, about who you know. It will be, can we trust him or her when decisions are going to be made? And that's when people realize the importance of integrity, of ethics, and of professionalism. The second discipline I've seen that has helped people, that has helped me, has helped others, is the discipline of ambition. Is a discipline of ambition. Because again, as it were, right, you need to look at it that what exactly do you want to achieve? You need to set those goals very early for yourself. How do you want to practice? How do you want to do? How do you want to make impact? How do you want to do things in your own way? So what's your ambition for yourself? What's your goal? Where do you want to be in a year? Where do you want to be in 5 years? So that ambition needs to be declared. It needs to be very defined very clearly, because if there's no ambition, you may just go up and down here and there. And I say that because I've been there before, when you don't have very, very clear goals. The third discipline I will speak to very quickly before I get to the other one.
Please cut back on the noise. Please, a panel session is going on. Please cut back on
The third discipline I will talk about is the discipline of always adding value to any system you're in. Actually putting more value into it than you're getting out. There are probably about 20-something schools of pharmacy. One of the things I will differentiate each and every one of you quickly and very well is what's the value you are bringing to the table. Are you going the extra mile in what you are doing? Are you adding value in your organization, whether it's a hospital, a retail pharmacy, or whatever? The fourth thing quickly, before I go to relationships, is the discipline of innovation. I'm sure we've all heard of the gentlemen. For instance, the guys that did this payment system, that they now have a value, they have a company that's valued at $1 billion now. How many of us have heard of Flutterwave? That's a company of this payment system. Those two gentlemen are worth about $200 million. $200 million, and that it speaks a bit about what digital can do, but it speaks more importantly about the discipline of innovation. For every system you are in, you need to be very deliberate about innovating, about asking yourself, how can this be done better? How can this be done differently? The fact that something has been done the same way for the last 10, 20 years doesn't mean it's the right way. It doesn't mean there's no better way. It doesn't mean you can't improve on it. And people that make those kind of money that people want to make now are actually people that innovate. So I'm waiting for the next big idea in the pharma industry to come from this room. So you need to ask yourself that, hey, for where you are, what's your big idea? What's your innovation? And quickly, and of course to do that, we can talk about continuous learning and all that. I'm sure we'll get to talk about that. And the last one I want to talk about is the discipline of relationships. The discipline of deliberately cultivating relationships. Right, we are all at this conference right now, right? How many of us have been very deliberate to say that I'm coming for this PSN conference? I'm going to meet 20 people I've never met before. I'm going to meet somebody from the industry. I'm going to meet one managing director. I'm going to meet one professor. I'm going to meet one DG somewhere. How many of us have been very, very deliberate about saying that we're coming here to cultivate relationships? And the truth, like you said, right, if you want to progress, if you want to be the best you can be, you need others to help you. At some point, you need some hands to help to lift you up. And those things are important when you are very deliberate about cultivating relationships with mentors, people that have gone ahead of you in the path you want to follow, people that can show you the way. For instance, you want to make a career in community pharmacy. By now, you should have about 3 or 4 community pharmacists that are your mentors. You want to go into academia, the same thing. Which professor is mentoring you? Which graduate assistant are you speaking with? You want to have a career in industry. Who do you know? Who are you speaking with? Who's advising you? Who are your coaches? Who are your advisors? Those are things that I've seen that have helped people to make a quantum leap, to accelerate, to jump beyond even their own expectations. I'm sure as we go along, we'll talk more about this. Thank you.
All right, please, I just want to cut in before. Please, for the last time, we are begging this time around. I crave your indulgence. Have your seats. Maintain decorum. Just be quiet because we observe a lot of noise. Now, the announcement is this. We have a lot of DSSC officers in the house due to the election, and also Air Force officers and Army officers. We don't want to embarrass anybody. The election is going on, as you can see by my left-hand side, there are agents, okay? The election process is each state by state, 10 people will go there and vote. But that doesn't mean the ABM proper will be interrupted in any way. All we just want from you is please just maintain silence while we enjoy the rest of the program. Let's not embarrass anybody. Those people back making noise, this announcement will be the last. Any other thing will take action, okay? Thank you very much. Sorry for the interruption.
Thank you very much. So back to the panel. I want to circle back to something Farmer Abubakar said. Okay, actually not what you said, but what you've done. You said, okay, you started out in hospital, but you knew you didn't want to do hospital. And now I'm looking at your career trajectory. You're now the special advisor to the DG NIPRID. So you definitely had interest in research and whatnot. So my question now, as a young professional now, I'm speaking from a place of pain. Quite a number of people, I can't speak for everybody in the room, but I do know that a lot of us have done our soul searching. We know that, okay, I want to go into industry. I can pick out people from this audience I know who are very interested in industry, who are very interested in marketing, but the problem is in innovating new processes, because innovation is not just products. They are innovation processes. There is this sort of, I don't want to call it a lacuna because it's not. Sometimes you might not necessarily find the right hands to hold high up there. And I'm speaking from a place of experiences. So with all due respect, this is a safe space. We can talk openly with you as our senior colleagues. Sometimes you might not find the hands that you need to hold. And then you are projecting your ideas and you are facing resistance. I know that's life in general, but it's a lot harder for young professionals because we don't have that network yet. We don't have the connections yet. We are just starting out. So how would you advise that we proceed on something like this? I would start with you, sir, because this is something I've seen you make the leap from hospital.
Thank you once again. I think if you have clearly listened to our elder colleague here, you see, as I said, mentorship or networking is a deliberate thing. It's not an accidental thing. Yes, it could have happened accidentally. Maybe you, perchance, meet each other. But the graduate pharmacist, the young pharmacist, has to make a deliberate effort. Once you identify what you want to do, the problem is half solved. Because in the space of pharmaceutical practice, you have every representation. I was in a gathering last 2 months. A colleague asked that he wants to go into an area that he has not seen any mentor. I said he has not searched well. Because yes, there could be an area you want to go into and you are not seeing anybody. What happens is that you use the platform of the YPG, the PSN at the chapters, as the branches in states, You meet people that are close to that area you are thinking about and talk. You understand? Because if you are not able to identify, you can also, in the searching, in the mining you are doing for a mentor, it doesn't have to be you will start with the direct mentor. It's like a game of chance and you experiment. It has to be deliberate. That's just what I have to say. The person who is in research, if you are interested in research, they are the people you will have to start linking up with. Deliberately, you go politely and introduce yourself. The fear is that there are a lot of people that are not approachable. I think that is not always true because everything is a manner of approach and so on. In this conference, this is the platform you will see big organs like this, and they are here, they have been here since yesterday, they are here today. They are here dedicated for this engagement. So this is the time when you see him, you easily introduce yourself. Excuse me, sir, I am so-so. You understand that breaking of the ice is very important. And mentorship relationship, as I said, is deliberate. You might approach a mentor that you think he is to mentor you. Maybe his hands are full. That does not mean you will not keep trying. And if he honestly tells you he's not available, there's no way mentorship can happen if he's not available, because the mentor has to agree to the relationship. So just to buttress what he has said, it's doable, but what we have seen, as you are seeing, there is a gap. Some of us, I can call myself intermediate. I'm not yet old pharmacist.
Accepted it. Right, and I do the same for virtually everyone that sends me. But then for some people, they have specific requests. Some, it's just general, and that's all fine for me, and I'm sure it's fine for the other gentlemen here. But beyond that, how can digital also be an enabler of different careers? Fact is that there's a lot of content that is useful out there, and also there are a lot of content that is not useful. The key word is what we've said before. You need to be very intentional. What do you want to achieve? What do you want? If, for instance, someone has an interest in becoming a professor, for instance, probably wants to approach me, I probably can offer very little support in that regard. That person will benefit more from him, not from me. So the first thing, like I've said, really is first to have that discipline to define your ambition. What's your ambition? What do you want to achieve? And the truth is that even beyond here, we have people from even outside this country, outside this continent, that we connect. There are people that probably want some introductions, want me to maybe introduce them to some people. They make a contact, they at times organize a Zoom meeting, or they send a video, a quick video clip, and say, oh, this is what we want to do. We know you might know this person. Can you make an introduction for us? So there are many ways that can work, actually. Again, the thinking is to have that presence to think and innovate and say, how do I differentiate myself? Frankly, I'm sure the gentleman here probably get like 100 LinkedIn requests in a week. There'll be many that you'll miss. But there are many innovative ways of approaching people that it's unlikely that person will miss it. And many of those things are also digital means. So it's for everyone who has that ambition to be very deliberate, to be very intentional about this is what I want to achieve, this is what I want to do, and this is what my approach will be. You don't need to come to Lagos or come anywhere. At the press of a button, you can probably reach anyone in the world right now. So take advantage of it. I gave the example of the lady. Who I didn't know from Adam. I just met her today I think we're in the hall, and she just came over that. Oh, she sent me a request on LinkedIn and accepted. I didn't even recognize her, but the fact is that we've communicated, and that's how it works. There have been people that many years ago I also met that way. I first met them digitally, virtually, before meeting them, some 1 year later, some 2 years later. But we had been communicating even before meeting face to face.
So quickly rounding off, thank you. This question is for Farmer Motosho. Seeing that you have worked extensively with students, so it's one thing. They're on one side of the divide, just like you said, is an intermediary pharmacist. I see you as sitting on the line between students, and I see you as sitting on that line, that divider between the students and our much senior colleagues. So they have spoken from a vantage position that they are. I'm sure you must see innovative ways among students and young pharmacists. What are the practices you actually like to encourage they're not, maybe they're not privy to?
Thank you so much. Based on the type of person I am, there is a way I relate with students. There is a way I advise them. For example, I will give you a typical example. This one just happened just last month. One of my former students, she just walked up to me. I want you to be my mentor. I said, why? She said, I just want you to be my mentor. I said, okay, no problem. To cut a long story short, she finished. She's on an internship. And she told me she's doing the internship in a community practice, in a community setting. And that she's tired of attending to patients, that she wants something challenging. And I said, what actually, just as he said, what do you want? She said she would prefer a research-based organization. I said, okay, start searching. Within 1 week, she told me she got a place and she has applied. But that in that company, they only do pharmacists and doctors. They don't take any other person. And that for that position, they needed 4. And as at a week to the interview, there were 78. So she told me that we are going to do the interview together. I'm in Gombe, she's in Lagos. I said, no problem. Go to social site. Look for social questions. You will see the answer. Practice them. What type of research do that organization get involved in? She said it's clinical trials. I said, fine. Read around the clinical trials. Then all those your farm chem, leave farm chem alone now. It will not come in that type of interview. Look at few clinicals. Then that site I asked you to go there. She's an intern. She just finished internship. And she went there. The questions, we discuss it. The answers, we discuss it. On the day of the interview, it was first stage interview. The first stage, it was normal computer-based. It was normal computer-based interview. Normal normal pharmacy questions. She was able to pass to the next stage. By that, at the end of the first stage, they dropped 28, remaining 50, and they are still going to 4. The second stage, it was that site I asked her to go and check. It was as if all what she asked there, the person was repeating it. In fact, at a point, she was finishing the question for the end of interview and answering it. To the extent that they asked her, young lady, which school did you finish from? Fortunately, the panel of interviewers, none of them knew that there was pharmacy in University of Port Harcourt. So when she said University of Port Harcourt, they were surprised. Like, and you know all this one. Have you finished service? She said, no, she just finished internship. To cut a long story short, the third leg of that interview, the man she met there, that one said, introduce yourself. And by the time she introduced herself, that one said, oh, you are the one that was getting all the questions there. I don't have any question for you. Go and meet the MD. And the MD said, you are the one that has been answering all our questions. I'm going to ask you a question you will not know. And the MD, a woman, and the woman said, she just asked one simple question. And that one answered boldly. Said, I know you will know it. When do you want to come and start the job? The salary is around 500,000.
Impressive, quite impressive. Please, a quick announcement for delegates from Abia and Anambra. Sorry, excuse me. Abia and Anambra, please, you can proceed to vote. All right. So, rounding off.
It is imperative that Wealth without health is worthless, and life without healthy living is useless. Life is so precious and priceless. Living healthy, therefore, adds great meaning.
Again, just a quick summary. Remember the discipline of ambition, the discipline of integrity, the discipline of innovation, discipline of relationships. And when you've done all that, I'm sure God will help all of you.
As my closing note, I think what I will re-emphasize is just to echo that in capacity development, you have to be deliberate, you have to be bold enough to identify what you want, and once you have done that, you will be patient to be focused, so that you will be the focus at the end of the day. Thank you.
My own parting gift is, one, never underrate anybody, either your senior or your junior, because there is something in each and every person that you can. Thank you.
Once again, thank you so much, very much, so much. We're very happy to have you here. Once again, a round of applause, everyone.
Thank you. Hello, hello. Hello, hello. Okay, okay. Okay. What's happening? I want to check from auxiliary. My phone is not connected to the app. Why is that other mic? I think we're right. Hello. All right, thank you very much. Please, before you go to the electoral committee to vote, you need to go outside. There is a list. You check your name and your number. So it's that number that when you come here, there will be
Coconut oil is the healthiest fruit offer and
you vote and go. All right. At this point, may I invite on stage Emzo. All right, as you are coming also, the electoral committee said you need proof that you are a pharmacist before you can vote. So you should come with an evidence of, either your license or ID card so that they can actually accredit you to vote. Emzo Pharmaceutical, are you ready for the presentation? All right, we'll have you 10 minutes. Thank you. 1
minute, wow. Okay. All right, good afternoon. Good afternoon, colleagues. PSN. My name is Benga Obakwarusi. I'm a pharmacist. I'm here representing Emzo Pharma Nigeria Limited. Before I go into my presentation this afternoon, I'd like to show a short video showcasing the profile of Emzo Pharma. I want you to listen attentively, because after the video, I'm going to ask a few questions. I have some
we are here. Our vision and unwavering dedication keeps us at the forefront of beacon of well-being.
I'm going to come from the video. So please kindly
Decades, we have set the foundation for world-class manufacturing and distribution in Nigeria. You know of our passion and commitment to high standards and unmatched quality. Our priority, ensuring access to affordable medicines and healthcare for fathers, mothers, sisters, brothers, and every child. Keeping all our households smiling, ever radiant, never ending. Building on our strengths, we are expanding our capacities at our state-of-the-art manufacturing campus in Shagamu, home to the oral solid dosage plant for the production of oral tablets and external ointments. The standalone cephalosporin plant and a misoprostol suite, the first of its kind in Nigeria. Currently under construction are the beta-lactam plant, dedicated to producing tablets, capsules, and dry syrup powder, and the intravenous fluids plant for the production of intravenous fluids in both large and small volumes. We have also initiated import substitution, thereby reducing our dependence on imported finished medicines and ensuring medicine security. Positioned for construction, our groundbreaking active pharmaceutical ingredients manufacturing facility is set to be the first of its kind in sub-Saharan Africa, starting with anti-malarials as our APIs of focus. Our commitment, addressing the leading causes of maternal and child mortality by local content optimization. Decades, we have set a foundation for world-class manufacturing. Manufacturing and distribution in Nigeria. You know of our passion and commitment to high standards and unmatched quality. Our priority, ensuring access to affordable medicines and healthcare for fathers, mothers, sisters, brothers, and every child. Keeping all our households smiling, ever radiant, never ending. Building on our strengths, we are expanding our capacities at our state-of-the-art manufacturing campus in Shagamu, home to the oral solid dosage plant for the production of oral tablets and external ointments. The standalone cephalosporin plant and a misoprostol suite, the first of its kind in Nigeria. Currently under construction are the beta-lactam plant, dedicated to producing tablets, capsules, and dry syrup powder, and the intravenous fluids plant for the production of intravenous fluids in both large and small volumes. We have also initiated import substitution, thereby reducing our dependence on imported finished medicines and ensuring medicine security. Positioned for construction, our groundbreaking active pharmaceutical ingredients manufacturing facility is set to be the first of its kind in sub-Saharan Africa, starting with anti-malarials as our APIs of focus. Our commitment, addressing the leading causes of maternal and child mortality by local content optimization. Our Shagamu campus is set to become an innovative powerhouse of manufacturing excellence. We believe when people feel better, they do better, and great things follow. This drives our relentless pushing of boundaries. Our ultimate goal, delivering products of their fathers, mothers, sisters, brothers, and every our households smiling, ever radiant, never ending. Building on our strengths, we are expanding our capacities at our state-of-the-art manufacturing campus in Shagamu, home to the oral solid dosage plant for the production of oral tablets and external ointments. The standalone cephalosporin plant and a misoprostol suite, the first of its kind in Nigeria. Currently under construction are the beta-lactam plant, dedicated to producing tablets, capsules, and dry syrup powder, and the intravenous fluids plant for the production of intravenous fluids in both large and small volumes. We have also initiated import substitution, thereby reducing our dependence on imported finished medicines and ensuring medicine security. Positioned for construction, our groundbreaking active pharmaceutical ingredients manufacturing facility
is set to be the first of its kind in sub-Saharan Africa, starting with anti-malarials as our APIs of focus. Our commitment, addressing the leading causes of maternal and child mortality by local content optimization. Our Shagamu campus is set to become an innovative powerhouse of manufacturing excellence. We believe when people feel better, they do better, and great things follow. This drives our relentless pushing of boundaries. Our ultimate goal, delivering products of the highest standards, affordable and available to all. Our vision, to be the leading healthcare company in Africa, providing world-class products and services, growing stronger with each milestone attained and every barrier broken. And now, our next step in our journey of spreading unlimited wellness, introducing our new range of 8 locally manufactured products. MVC and zinc capsules, high strength, 2-in-1 immune support and antioxidant defense formulation, a premium combination of vitamin C 500 mg and zinc 50 mg. Zinc capsules, 50 mg of zinc formulated to support immune health, improve metabolism, and aid the digestive system. Pyramal tablets and suspension, a triple-strength antimalarial, convenient once-daily dosing, and a pleasantly flavored pediatric formulation. Motil Stop capsules, effective antidiarrheal for decreasing frequency of stooling. Fluconazole capsules, formidable antifungal to combat fungal or yeast infections such as candidiasis. Emzobrex and Emzoperoxicam capsules are 2 non-steroidal anti-inflammatory drugs to treat mild to moderate inflammatory pain. Para 1000 by 3s, a mini-strip variant of our innovative Para 1000 with enhanced release for rapid relief, comes in smaller size, easy-to-swallow caplets. The wellness of people inspires and energizes our burning passion, powering our undying commitment to making quality healthcare and unlimited wellness available to all. As a leader in the pharmaceutical industry, we consider it our responsibility to keep breaking new grounds in innovation, technology, research with global best practices. Our foundation, our people, our culture. Thank you for your unwavering trust for so many years. Be assured of our continued commitment to unlimited wellness. Emzor, feel better, do better.
That's Emzor's current profile. So to my next question, Emzor has launched 8 new products. Because you are pharmacists, I'm not only going to ask you for the names of the products, but I'm also going to ask you for the constituents, what they contain, in their strengths. So the first one I saw is my dear colleague there. Can you come forward quickly?
Okay. Motil Stop, loperamide, fluconazole. Oga, Alpha. Can I go on? Okay, Motil strength, Motil tablets, loperamide. I didn't get the strength. All right. Emzobrex and Pyroxicam tablets. That's Celecoxib. Then Celecoxib is 200 milligram. Yeah. Pyramal TS. That's dihydroartemisinin piperacin. That's then we have para 1000 in 3s. That's paracetamol 1000 milligram. Then we have fluconazole.
All right, the next question, very simple question. Emzor has 2 colors that are prominent. our brand colors, Emzor brand colors. No chorus answers. Okay, let me give it to the allergy over there. This thing isn't working. Okay, my next question. Who can tell us the name of the group managing director of Emzor Pharma Group? Okay, I'll give it to the lady. Our hands have been up ever since. the lady in ox blood.
Dr. Stella Okoli.
Shigodi.
Dr. Mrs. Stella Okoli. Okay. And lastly, this is the last word code I have. But it's not the last actually. If you come to our stand, right, we have questionnaires for you to fill. When you fill them, you get a chance for a lucky dip, and you can go home with not just a lab coat, bed sheets. There are some other gifts also that you can get. If you just come to our stand and fill out our questionnaires, you get a chance to get some of these gifts. So to my last question. Currently, Emzor Group consists of five. You may not know the fifth one, so I'll reduce it to 4. 4 subsidiaries. Can anyone name them? Subsidiaries of Emzor Group. No, 4. Anyone? 4. No, she's disqualified. Okay. Yes. Okay, I like her. She's cheating and she's doing it boldly. But of course, she was able to take the initiative to go on Google to search. So I give it to her. All right, thank you so much for your time. So I'll quickly run through my slide in a couple of minutes and I'll take my seat. It's not working, bros. Okay. All right, so let me start from. Okay, it's delaying to start. Okay. Sorry, please, pardon me. Okay, so I'll start from here. So you've heard about Emzor, you've seen what we are into. Currently, we are into various therapeutic segments, several therapeutic segments, inclusive of the healthy living segment, which is basically multivitamins and supplements. We have anti-infectives. We have products for internal medicine, cardiology, and endocrinology. We have analgesics. We have tropical medicine products, maternal and child health care products, vaccines. Oncology products are in the works. Very soon we'll have oncology products. But for this presentation, I'd like to focus on our tropical medicine business unit, and particularly our anti-malarials. Over the years, we have launched several anti-malarials, our SP, which is Maldox. Then in 2009, we launched Lokmal, which is our brand of artemether lumefantrine, being the first locally manufactured artemether-lumefantrine. And recently, during this conference, we launched Piramal TS, where we had our launch yesterday to showcase our Piramal TS, which is our dihydroartemisinin piperacillin combination. Now, the numbers concerning malaria are not going away. And what it shows is that malaria is still a major public health challenge. It's still a major public health challenge, still kills up to 600,000 people every year, 200 million cases recorded, incapacitating people. The cost to Africa is $12 billion annually in lost GDP. 40% of all public health cases or spendings is on the treatment or management of malaria. It kills within 24 hours because it can actually progress from uncomplicated to severe malaria within 24 hours if there is no intervention. Of course, it's a cause of and consequence of poverty, not only in our nation, but in Africa at large. Currently, there are 5 species of the parasite that have been identified, but the one that is of most concern to us is Plasmodium falciparum. Of course, we know how this happens within the system. It comes from the vector, the mosquito, female Anopheles mosquito, when it comes for its feed during, what's it called now? Procreation. When they want to procreate, the female Anopheles mosquito need the protein from the blood. They need serum protein for the process of egg manufacture. And so they come to feed, and while they are feeding, if they are carriers of the parasite, they actually transmit. Hello? I think I'm competing with so many voices in this room. Sorry, just give me 2 more minutes. So, when the female Anopheles mosquito comes to feed, it actually transmits the sporozoites from its salivary gland into the system, which migrates to the liver. From the liver, it goes into the bloodstream, develops into sporozoites, which go into the red blood cells, right, and keep multiplying. And while they're multiplying and developing, they keep lighting the red blood cells. And if that continues for a long time, then the patient becomes anemic. Right. So that's basically malaria 101. So what should we look out for when we want to treat malaria? What's the treatment goal for malaria? The objective is to ensure the rapid and complete elimination of the parasite causing the disease from patient's bloodstream in order to prevent an uncomplicated case of malaria from progressing to severe malaria. And like we said, this can happen in 24 hours, especially in children who are below 5 years of age. So what should you look for in an ideal anti-malarial? The qualities you should look for in an ideal anti-malarial include efficacy, safety, convenient dosing, good side effect profile, and low or absence of drug-drug interaction, and of course, finally, because of our environment, maybe not Port Harcourt, but at least in other environments, affordability. So how do you determine the efficacy of an anti-malarial? How do you determine the efficacy of an anti-malarial? The parameters include accelerated therapeutic response, improved cure rates, reduced transmissibility, and prevention of resistance. And that's why the ACTs have been recommended.
Hello, everyone. Please, I want all of us to respect ourselves and do things in order. Please have your seats. When it's your time to vote, you'll be called. Please have your seats. When it's your time to vote, you'll be called. Please have your seats. When it's your time to vote, you'll be called. Excuse me, sirs. Please have your seats. When it's your time to vote, you'll be called. Row by row. Row by row. Please have your seat. We are all professionals, please. Please.
All right, so I said on the basis of this parameter that WHO has recommended the use of artemisinin combination therapy, one of which is the dihydroartemisinin piperiquine combination. And currently, EMZO has invested in the production of Piramal TS, which is our brand of dihydroartemisinin piperiquine. Of course, these two moieties or components of the product are effective antimalarials. Dihydroartemisinin is a derivative of artemisinin, and it's also an active metabolite of artemisinin, while piperiquine is an antimalarial that has been in use since the 1960s, and it has found new use. At a point, there was resistance to that molecule, but right now, currently, it has found use again in the treatment of malaria. So what is Piramal TS indicated for? It is indicated for the treatment of uncomplicated falciparum malaria. And particularly those conditions in which other ACTs cannot be used. Now, you might want to ask me, what are those conditions in which you cannot use other ACTs? Well, you have individuals with hypersensitivity to the composition of an ATC. Also, you could have cases where individuals do not respond to a particular ACT, right? And in all such cases, it is recommended that you use Piramal TS. What is the dose of Piramal TS? Piramal TS means dihydroartemisinin piperiquine triple strength. It means that each tablet of Piramal contains 3 tablets, right? 3 usual dose of your dihydroartemisinin piperiquine. And so it's triple strength. And what that translates to is that the patient only needs to take 1 tablet a day for 3 days, which is a very convenient dosage regimen for any patient. What are the precautions you should take? This is very important because piperiquine is known to prolong the QT, right? It is important that you do not combine it with other products with the same profile. It is important that you do not combine it with products that delay QT interval, other products that delay QT interval. It is also important that you do not combine it with products that are enzyme inducers. Of course, you're a pharmacist, you can do this research yourself. So what are the side effects of Piramal TS? Well, the side effects are actually very mild, and it's tolerable to most patients. However, there have been reported cases of drowsiness and weakness by some patients. And usually this is traced to a form of hypoglycemic effect. And so what we usually advise is that you advise the patient to take a lot of fluid before use. And also they can take at night so they can better tolerate the side effects of the product. So thank you very much. For more information on our products, you can come to our stand. We have a lot of goodies for you. Thank you.
Thank you very much. A round of applause for EMZO. They really tried. Thank you for the lab coats, even though we needed more pieces. All right, next, I'll invite on stage Shina Opanobi for their presentation from farmerjobs.ng. Shina.
Good morning, everyone. Oh, sorry. I just came out. Good afternoon, everyone. It's a pleasure to be here in your midst. It's always a pleasure being in the midst of young pharmacists like me, whether you agree or not. From the times of from Wewa to Hansen to Issa to Yinka, we always work together. All right, so the reason why I'm here is the outgoing executive did some work with us. A number of us know RX Evolution, right? Good. So we decided to partner with YPG to come up with a more functional job platform that works for both parties. And so in engaging YPG, we've reformed RX Evolution to a new platform called Pharma Jobs. And so this is what the site looks like. It's pharmajobs.ng, simple. The jobs are already there. We are increasing engagement with YPG. A number of issues that you've always had with employers, we're already working on addressing. So you'll see a column there saying, file a complaint. You notice that just the same way you complain, employers to complain. So we've allowed for both parties to lay their complaint. And then from the back end, the ones that affect young pharmacists, YPG can take up. The ones that affect the employers, we can take up with ACPN and the rest of them. The blog there has articles around how to do your CVs, everything about job placement, it's all there. So I asked, Yemika was supposed to do this, but she ambushed me to make sure I came here personally to present the solution to you. Okay, your internet, okay, sorry. Yeah, so on your phones you can check it out. Because we understand some of the languages you speak, between now and end of the year, we are going to open the platform up to all employers to post jobs. And also, for young pharmacists, what we are going to do for you is once we tidy up the subscription end of it, we will announce on your platforms, and then we will start some giveaways from the platform. I know you guys really enjoy some of those data giveaways, and we'll be doing a whole lot of it between now and the end of the year. Essentially, what we are trying to do is to create some sanity in that employment space, so that those who need jobs can know where to go, those who have jobs can know where to go, and together we can repair the broken walls of the profession. I look forward to you having a wonderful election, and we look forward to working with the new executive when they come in. Thank you very much, guys. You're wonderful.
All right, a round of applause for them. Thank you very much for that short presentation. I'll call on Age World for their presentation in brief 5 minutes. Okay, 10 minutes.
Good afternoon, everybody. Good afternoon, everybody. Good afternoon, pharmacists. Can I get your attention, please? Thank you. My name is Pharm Valerie, and I'm representing Agewell Healthcare Limited. We have a short presentation on one of our products. Please listen. Thank you.
It is imperative that wealth without health is worthless, and life without healthy living is useless. Life is so precious and priceless. Living healthy, therefore, adds great meaning to it. We strive to deliver quality healthcare that adds ultimate value to life, bringing back the family joy. Hence, our over 2 decades innovative perseverance has birthed a noble discovery in virgin coconut oil. It contains 3 healthy saturated fatty acids known as caprylic acid, lauric acid, and capric acid, which make up about 62% of the oil content. These saturated but soluble fats are the most beneficial fats on the planet Earth. Moreover, about 1,500 research studies have proven that virgin coconut oil is the healthiest food property ever known, and this claim has earned it the name superfood and the tree as the tree of life. It had been also ascertained that virgin coconut oil accounts for 28 health benefits. Hence, we cold-pressed this nutrient-filled, wonderful oil into soft capsules to evolve Agewell Virgin Coconut Oil Capsules. The 28 health benefits of Agewell Virgin Coconut Oil Capsules include a proven natural treatment for Alzheimer's disease, the digestion of medium-chain fatty acids, MCFAs, in Agewell Virgin Coconut Oil Capsules by the liver creates ketones, which are readily accessible by the brain cells for energy. Ketones supply energy to the brain without the need for insulin to process glucose into energy. Also, it has been proven that the brain creates its own insulin to process glucose to power the brain cells. However, this ability of the brain is lost in an Alzheimer's patient. But the ketones from Age-Well Virgin Coconut Oil capsules offer an alternative source of energy to repair the brain cells and restore maximum and excellent function. It prevents heart disease and high blood pressure. Age-Well Virgin Coconut Oil capsules are rich in natural saturated fats which not only increase the healthy cholesterol known as high-density lipoprotein cholesterol, HDL, but also converts the bad low-density lipoprotein cholesterol, LDL, into the good one. By increasing the HDL in the bloodstream, it helps to promote healthy heart, lowering high triglycerides and the risk of heart disease. It treats UTI, kidney infection, and protects the liver. Age-Well Virgin Coconut Oil capsules is perfect in clearing up and treating urinary tract infections, UTI, and kidney infections. Its rich content of MCFAs works as a natural antibiotic by disrupting the lipid coating on bacteria, thereby killing them. It also protects the liver and clears kidney stones. It reduces inflammation and arthritis. Reducing inflammation should be everyone's biggest health goal, as it is the root cause of heart disease. Therefore, constant intake of Age-Well Virgin Coconut Oil capsules is paramount, as its high-level antioxidants work to reduce inflammation, providing relief from arthritic pains. It also serves as an analgesic. As a natural prevention and treatment of cancer, Age-Well Virgin Coconut Oil capsules has two key qualities that help to fight cancer. Its ketones content prevents the tumor cells from accessing the energy in the ketones, while the MCFA's content digests the lipid walls of the Helicobacter pylori bacteria, which are known to increase the risk of stomach and colon cancer. The lauric acid also functions as anti-cancer of the breast by triggering off anti-proliferation, pro-apoptotic effects, and the secretion of estrogen, which also enhances the breast milk. As an immune system booster, the lauric acid in Age-Well Virgin Coconut Oil capsules provides antibacterial, antifungal, and antiviral effects, mounting strong resistance, which reduces candida, fights bacteria, and creates a very hostile environment for viruses. By this action, the white blood cells, leukocytes, known for body defense, are boosted and the immune system stands very strong. It improves memory and brain functions. The medium-chain fatty acids, MCFAs, in Age-Well Virgin Coconut Oil capsules improve the memory problem at old age and sharpen the academic ability in children. These healthy saturated but soluble fatty acids, which are easily absorbed in the body, are accessed in the brain without the use of insulin. They also aid constant blood supply to the brain and are able to fuel the brain cells more efficiently for intellectual performance and mental stability. It boosts energy and endurance. Virgin coconut oil is easy to digest, provides a longer sustainable energy, and increase.
So some of our products are going round, and if you get the opportunity of having one, please let us know your feedback by coming to meet us at the exhibition center at the stadium. So our products, the Age-Well Virgin Coconut Oil, is in leading pharmacies nationwide. And if you're interested to be a distributor in any part of the country, please come to meet us at the exhibition center for more information. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. I think we are coming to the end of this ABM before the Congress proper will commence. At this note, on behalf of the chairman, YPG, past chairman of YPG, key personalities that I'm seeing their faces here, Ikwaibom is here, Timba is here, Donchi, many names that we are seeing here today, that we commend their efforts for coming. Right about now, for us to have the closing remark for this ABM, may I invite on stage the Vice Chairman of PSN YPG National to come and give us the closing remark.
PSN, I want to say a very big thank you to everyone that has been here. It's been a wonderful year. And then we say thank you for coming for the ABM and thank you for having us. Also, I would say thank you to the past chairman, the immediate past chairman, Issa Muhammad, and the other executive team. They've been wonderful. We want to say thank you to everyone. And we pray for a fruitful election as it's ongoing. And also, we can't say anything more than thank you. But then enjoy yourself and vote wisely. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you very much. One more thing before the Congress proper. Pharmacist Jibo, please. The election, we have to pause a bit. Let's have the national anthem, then before we go to the Congress proper, okay? We don't want to keep anybody here till 7 p.m. That is why we are rushing the process like this. So may we all rise for the national anthem. Please, let's rise for the national anthem so that we'll go for the Congress proper. Thank you. Rise. National anthem, please. Thank you very much. Have your seats. I would like to invite on stage the chairman, PSN YPG, to come and take over for the Congress proper while the election continue. Okay, I believe after this we'll meet in Jos with our new chairman and we'll still be growing. Thank you very much. The chairman, sir.
PSN, you are not listening anymore. Okay, good evening, everyone. It's time for the Congress, as shared through NEC members. Sorry, Uncle, you can't stream the Congress.